Well, all right, we are back at it, man. Welcome back to Free Mind Thinkers. I am your man, Big Brother Tucker, and it's time to get this thing started. It has been a week full of oh my God, and I mean that to the sincerity, because the number one thing that has been the talking point of the week is the I don't want to call it an appealing. I want to call Yeah, because they called it that. So I guess I can call it an overturning of Roe v. Wade. It is an overturning of the 1973 Supreme Court decision of Roe versus Wade. In case you did not know what that is, that decision, just to give you a quick synopsis of it, I'm going to give you a very blanket term that is also going to explain to you why I don't get what the hoopla is about. 1973, Roe versus Wade essentially gave the federal government the ability to back abortions nationwide. It took the power away from the various states and made it legal nationwide. What the overturning does is simply puts the power back in the hands of the state. God knows why, but people are absolutely losing their minds over it. There are a lot of things to discuss on this level. Um, the conception of life, the ending of a life. What does it mean? There are a lot of topics. I mean, a lot of branches on this tree when it comes to abortions. And I have been a person that, as time has gone on, I have gotten more steadfast in my, if you want to call it this, anti abortion stance. With that said, as a young man in my late teens, early 20s, all the way through my 20s, I was very much do what you do. It's your body. You got to carry the kid for 9 months. If you don't want to carry a kid for 9 months, go and have an abortion. I have been there and held hands for women who had to make the decision. For a lot of them, it was quite tough. Not something that they wanted to do, but they felt it was a necessity to do. And I comforted them. I understood, and maybe it had something to do with me becoming a father. But I just felt that as I got older, as maybe you can give credence to, as I became a more spiritual person, a more learned person, I just became very non-abortion in my think point. And not to say that in certain cases it does not have its place. And see, that's the point. Certain cases. See, when abortion first got legalized, it was under the term safe, legal, and rare. See, safe, legal, and rare was a political statement that they used in accepting the termination of life, in accepting abortion. They used the term safe, legal, and rare. It should be done safely. It should be done legally, and it should be done rarely. Well, the rarely is out of the window, as in given by statistics, 20% of pregnancies end in abortion. That is literally one in every five women who get pregnant abort their child. One of the arguing points is the extremes. You, if you make rules and laws based on the extremes, we are going to be in a lot of trouble. One of the arguing points that people are making is, well, what about those that get pregnant through rape or incest? Or what about those that you know carrying the child, giving birth could actually kill them, and carrying the child is actually killing them? Well, see, dumbasses, that goes into the rare category. We already had that covered because that's a rare thing. That falls into the realm of rare. Because I fully understand someone who was sexually assaulted, raped, ending up pregnant. I fully understand why they would not want that child. I get that. Why they wouldn't want to carry that child. I fully understand that. And again, that goes into the rare category. But the problem is, as given to you by the stats, since one out of every five pregnancies are ending in abortion, then apparently, partner, that ain't all rape. Okay, let's just stop that shit right where it is. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it real. That ain't what that is. Because as much as I have told you that I have been there to support women that have had to go through it, I also know quite a few women that use abortion as a form of fucking birth control, which is absolutely abhorrent. That is disgusting on too many levels. When the code is simple, don't have sex then. Kevin Sorbo put out a tweet that pretty much sums up exactly how most of us feel. You laid down, you spread your legs, you had sex. What did you think you were going to get? A TV? Nah, that's not the way it works. Even if the man uses a contraceptive, even if a woman is on birth control pills, there is always a chance that pregnancy can occur. That's why when they give the women the pills and they give men buy contraceptives, they tell them it is not 100% sure. Now, they used to have it on condom boxes back in the day where they also said this is not 100% foolproof. The only foolproof way to not catch a sexually transmitted disease or get a person pregnant is abstinence. So understand, if you don't want to practice that, then you take that risk. And when you take that risk and then want to have an abortion because, man, she ain't right or he ain't right or we ain't ready, then stop fucking. As harsh as that may sound, that's what it comes down to. See, that's the mentality that needs to be reinserted. We got away from that because we let a lot of people, we let what I want to call the outsiders, we let those folks try to convince us, well, sex is a natural thing. Kids are going to have it anyway. They're just going to do it. You can't stop them. The kids, they're going to do it. Yes, some kids might, but you also have some kids that may not. If instructed, if told, if given the proper talk and explain to them the consequences of having sex with and without protection, you have some folks that they might not do it. But we teach abstinence now like it is. If we speak of abstinence now like it's unnatural to abstain from sex until you're married. We speak of that now like, oh, abstaining from sex. Don't tell your kids you can't. Yes, yes, trust me. You can fight your nature. I will give you an example of how you fight your nature. How many people have pissed you off that you wanted to actually go upside the head? Your nature, people who have made you angry, your nature tells you to physically lash out. Your nature does that. But you seem to fight that off, don't you? Most of us seem to fight that off. So why is this so different? The other part I want to address when it comes to this overturning. People that still want to have the abortions, go to the right places and you still will be able to. Again, the overturning does not make abortions illegal. It simply gives states the right to decide if they want to do it there or not. Essentially, giving the power back to the majority of the people that are in that area. I feel confident in saying, I'm sure California is still going to allow abortions. I feel just as confident in saying, Texas may get rid of it altogether. Texas, my beautiful home state, has some very strict abortion laws. So they may get rid of it altogether if this ruling is officially overturned, which leads me to number 3. People, calm down. It ain't overturned yet. Okay? It looks like it's gonna be, but it ain't there yet. So breathe. Just breathe. Okay? Which leads me to the next thing. A lot of people who are screaming, shouting, screeching from the mountaintops, and I guarantee you it's this way. I I just they can't tell. It's my body, my choice. They can't tell me what to do with my body. I have the right to do. No, it's my body. It's my choice. I will put my last dollar. I will put my home up for sale. I will put my home up for collateral to make this bet. 80% of those people that are screaming that were very, very much pro mandate, were pro vaccine mandate. Guarantee you. I guarantee you 80% of the people that are screaming, it's my body, my choice, were also some of the same people screaming, oh yes, you should be forced to take the shot. It's the government says so. The government says the government should demand it. Well, the judicial branch of the government is saying, we're hands off. And now you're screaming my body, my choice. Even though they're not affecting your choice. You are screaming like they're telling you you can't do it, and they're not telling you you can't do it. They're simply saying, we're not going to make this a federal issue. We're going to make this a state issue. And if you're in a place where you believe your state's not going to do it, leave. Pack your shit and move. Go somewhere where you can be free to kill as many babies as you want. Have at it. Nobody's stopping you. But like most people, it's easier to bitch than to actually do something. If you don't like it, there is nothing keeping you confined. There is not a law that's not keeping you confined to go into a place that allows it. If it is that important to you, if it is so important to you that you have the right to kill a fetus, then please go to some place where it's legal. If it's that important to you, I'm willing to bet that the only reason you're bitching about it is because you're told to bitch about it. The media has you hyped to bitch about it. much like Florida's parental rights bill. Y'all ain't read shit. You're told shit. Which is why we here at the Free Mind Thinkers always say, listen less, learn more. Quit listening to those idiots in the mainstream media. Stop what you're doing. Take the same energy you're using to bitch, whine, and moan and go look up the details and things for yourself and see if it's something to even be upset about. Seriously. So, all I'm saying is that the Roe v. Wade overturning, the potential overturning of the Roe versus Wade verdict, is not as dire as the media is making it. It's not as dire as these screeching harpies are making it seem. It's simply putting onus back on the local government, by which I mean state, and the people of that state. Because for, I believe, as many people are screaming pro-choice, 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 my body, my right, that when it comes up in statewide elections, because I guarantee you it is probably going to hit the ballots, you're going to see exactly how many people that you think are pro-choice are not. You're going to see how many people are actually pro-life over abortion. And that's with me understanding there are cases, damn good cases for it. But life is what life is. Or as my boy Jeff Goldblum said.
The kind of control you're attempting is, it's not possible. Listen, if there's one thing the history of evolution has taught us, it's that life will not be contained. Life breaks free, it expands to new territories, and it crashes through barriers painfully, maybe even dangerously, but life finds a way.
That's going to do it for this segment of Free Mind Thinkers. If you like what you heard, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to hear more of it, go ahead, hit the subscribe while you're at it. And please feel free to comment on anything that you hear. And as we always say here at Free Mind Thinkers, listen less, learn more. Don't forget that you can find us on all your social media platforms: Getter, Gab, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute. And we are podcasts on several media platforms. Make sure you check out full episodes there in the podcast section or wherever you may get your favorite podcasts. Until the next time, y'all stay up.